weird, and then we'll get back to the questions. What is going on, YouTube? We are just getting started with a little Amazon FBA Q&A. As always, we got the Tiki Talk right here. What's one meta tip you can give me starting out? Mega, I'm assuming you mean mega tip. I'm going to give you two. One of them sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people need to hear it, and then I'll give you another tip. The first obvious tip is get started. Take action. It's not going to do you any good learning, and I'm not saying you're doing this by any means, LeBron, like that. Actually, I like your name, LeBron. But anyways, I'm not saying that you're doing this or you're seeing this or anything like that, but it doesn't do anybody any good sitting here on social media, watching a bunch of Amazon content, watching my content, going and asking questions in my live, and then doing nothing about it. At that point, you might as well watch Netflix. So that's the one thing. Take action. Action, 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 action. I would not be in this position, first of all, God's plan. And second of all, if I just sat there and was like, oh, I feel like I'm working because I'm looking at a bunch of content, but never actually did anything about it. The second thing is stick to the fundamentals. Amazon is, like, if I'm keeping it real, Amazon is boring in the sense of it's not like I'm, SpaceX creating rocket ships or I'm curing some, ailment or anything like that. All I'm doing is looking for products, differentiating those products, launching those products, getting reviews. So stick to the fundamentals. Fundamentals being a good product criteria being what you look for in a product that you're going to launch. It's not about a product that you like or think will sell well. It's about a product with good market numbers. Like I said, NYC, that's only available to people who join my mentorship. It's not just like you can go on the site and get access to my freight forwarder. That's only for students. An alternative, Forwarder One, Freightos, Parcel Monkey. If you guys wanted a freight forwarder that beats their prices 9 times out of 10, that's only for my students. But yeah, like I was saying, LeBron, and also thank you so much for the follow. It's sticking to those fundamentals, brother. One of my Vine reviews came in. Let's go, nobody. Let's get it, my friend. That's a win right there. Celebrate your W's. Always celebrate your W's. Why do Vine reviews take so long? It's based on interest of the product. So you'll notice that some products, the Vine reviews come way quicker, and then you'll notice some Vine reviews, they take a little bit slower. It's really on a product-to-product basis. Good to see you, Sheep. It's been a minute. How much money do I need to get started? I would say $3K USD. How long does it take? Yo, what up, Daniel? Good to see you. Also, I'd be kind of down to do this on today's live. It's been a while since we did this, and I like to shake things up. You guys might hear me say this multiple times through the live, so I do apologize. But if anybody wants to hop in the live to ask one question, drop your question down below and then request to join the live. I don't really know where that button is. Maybe somebody who's actually watching can give some insight on that. But it's been a minute since we've done it. So again, if you guys want to hop in the live to ask one of your questions, ask the question in the chat so that I can verify it. If you don't ask the question, I'm not going to accept you in. And then request to join the live. How long does it take to generate 3D model in your experience? Like a week or two. I tried FBA a few years back, medical fitness, back braces, but they didn't let me sell them. Some products have restrictions. Like there's some products that are just completely restricted on Amazon, like mouth tape. So you always want to double check that before ever launching a product. Mala, thank you so much for the follow. What are the best categories to start in? Again, like I said, it's easier for me to say the categories that I would not launch in versus the categories that I would launch in. So the ones that I would not launch in: electronic products, fragile items, clothing, shoes, topicals, things that go on your skin, and consumables. What was your first big purchase? Definitely my apartment, because I was sleeping on a couch. So I would consider that my first, even though I didn't purchase the apartment. First big thing that I spent money on was that. Paying off some family debt. That was probably my next big purchase. And then my third biggest purchase after that was probably traveling. I'm pretty conservative with my money, to be honest with you. I mainly splash on the traveling stuff. So you guys will be able to see some more travel content, because God willing, I'll be going on another trip this Friday. Mala, thank you so much for the follow. I think I already said that, but thank you again. Sorry, I'm finding my place where I was. How do you find good products? I use Helium 10, a product research software. I make sure that I have a good product criteria, and then I'll go look. I have videos on my page on how to do this. If nobody wants to request to join in the live today, maybe we can do some product research. I'm going to make it a big goal, because I always make it an easy goal. So if y'all really want it, 5K likes, and we'll do... we will do some live product research. All right, let's get it. We got one. Remember, everybody, stick to TikTok TOS, or else you just get removed from the live. I'm not saying anybody's going to do that, but let's do it. What's good, bro?
How are you, man?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm chilling.
Nice.
My biggest thing is I see a lot of revenue and stuff. I know you can get a lot of revenue with wholesaling.
Mm-hmm.
But it's you can buy really fast selling products on wholesale groups.
Yeah.
But then it's you're only gonna make $1, and then if you get one return, you gotta sell 15 items to make back one return. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't really like the wholesale business model. I'm not the guy who's saying oh, don't do wholesale, don't do arbitrage, only private label works, because that's a little bit of a shill in my opinion. But what I do think is that wholesale and arbitrage are the easier business models to sell to people online. I've made a lot of content about this, actually. I've even put out the offer that I would allow any wholesale or arbitrage seller to come into a live with me, one of these creators who makes all these videos, and be like, hey, let's debate the topic. Nobody has ever taken me up on the offer, because they know that private label is the superior business model. So it's the same pitch with all of these guys. It's, oh, you can sell brand name products that already exist and you don't have to run any ads. I hear the same thing, rinse and repeat, from all these people. Now, I'm not saying private label is easy. In fact, I think if you took 100 people who did each business model, you would have similar success and fail rates amongst all three. My mic sounds muffled. Let's try to fix that.
Yeah, covered, yeah.
Hopefully that's...
Yeah, it's much better, yeah.
Good. Hello.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully that's better. And anyways, so what I was saying, with private label, you're creating a business that you own, a entity that you can go on to sell one day. Even after running ads, private label has a higher profit margin on average. I'm able to stand out and differentiate from the competition. So I'm actually able to add value into the market. I'm able to optimize my listing, which, if an optimized listing gets a higher conversion equals more sales. I am able to optimize or get more reviews. More reviews push conversion rate as well. And then ads aren't necessarily a negative thing. Even that wholesale and arbitrage, or for wholesale specifically, the average profit margin, if you're really good at it, is 10 to 15%. After running ads, like on this account here, I know it's a little smaller right now, This account runs at a 40% profit margin after FBA fees, cost of goods, shipping, returns, and PPC ads. Across all of my accounts, we average a 36% profit margin.
No, but the thing is though, like, okay, so let's say, what do? Do you go to like USPTO, get a trademark, and then get your product out there, or you just private label it straight off rip?
Right off the bat, you don't need you don't technically need a trademark to do private label, but I do recommend having a trademark, especially if you're in it for the long haul, which if you're starting a business, you should be in it for the long haul. But yeah, I like the brand registry option.
Right. Do you go on like Helium 10 and look for like keyword searches, and then after finding good keyword searches, then you're like look for that product on like Alibaba or something, and then
I have a different method. So I actually have videos on it, and maybe if we get to our light goal today, we'll do some live product research. We do that in the live sometimes, but I'll either go to Amazon and search something generic. So for example, like home decor or office products, and then I'll scroll through, look for a product that catches my eye, and then I'll go analyze that product with Helium 10 to check the numbers. Or Helium 10 has a product research software where I'm able to go in and set some criteria points, and then it's the same concept where I look for a product that catches my eye, and then I'll go and cross-reference that data that on Helium 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then how do you know what a winner is? What's your biggest thing to know what a winner is?
I have a very strict product criteria that I've been using for a while, and everyone, I'm going to get to everyone's question. Don't worry, but I use a very strict product criteria. So I have videos on my page on this, but I can go over it now. Product that has the potential to do 10K a month. Average revenue should be around 7 to 10K in the market. Total revenue at least 200K. Must be able to stand out and differentiate from the competition so I can add value. Average price at least $30. Average reviews in the market at least 500. There's so many that I have to catch my train thought. Search volume at least 2K. I don't want a seasonal product or anything like that. And then 20% of low reviewed sellers must be doing at least 10K plus a month.
Okay, so it's like a whole bunch of stuff that makes your cake. I see.
Yes, sir.
But like, so you just get like a bunch of those niche products, or not even niche, but like generic keyword searches. And then if you get like 10, 15 products, all bringing in 10,000, you can easily do 100K a month.
Hypothetically speaking, yeah, it's a little bit more complex than that. You know what I mean? Maybe one product does 5K, one product does 10K. I actually just posted a TikTok video. One of my students commented on somebody else's video and added at me. With 3 products right now, they're doing between 15 and 20K a month. Yeah.
And with the 40% profit on it?
They probably have a lower profit margin. And as you start to increase your order quantity, you bring down your cost of goods. And when you bring down your cost of goods, your margins goes up. And then there's something called TACOS, total advertising cost of sale. On your first order, you're not going to have that 40% margin after ads. You might even break even on your first order, but then your TACOS comes down, your cost of goods comes down, and your profit margin goes up.
What if you have like a lot of money to buy inventory? Like what?
I still would only start with 100 to 300 units.
Still, right?
Yeah, always want to get proof of concept on a product.
Okay.
Yes, sir. But appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Of course, bro. If you have any other questions, drop them in the live. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yep. Let's go. Like I said, I'm down to do that. If you guys have questions, you just have to drop your questions in the chat first. And if you want to request to join, let's do it. Let me scroll up to where I was. Sup, Luke? What up, Kale? Good to see you. You look like a baby Trey Young. That's funny, bro. I like it. It was a 5-star review, and they reviewed it in detail. Let's go, nobody. I be getting so many orders, but they say pending, and they never pay for it. Why is it like that? It's not that they don't pay for it. If you get a pending order, They paid for it. It's just going to take a minute for it to hit your account. And yes, y'all, if we get to 5K likes, we will do live product research today on the live. Is your step back as in mean your Amazon sales numbers? Wait, what do you mean by that? Is your step back as mean? Oh, is your step back as mean as your Amazon? No, I'm assuming you mean dancing step back. I don't dance. You ever feel like when you do product research, you keep getting the same old, getting blocked on unique? No, not necessarily, man. It's a numbers game. So sometimes you might feel that vibe, but for the most part, I'm finding fresh products every week. How to increase standard size monthly capacity units, please. When you go in your shipment tab, there's going to be an option where, so you'll go in your shipment tab. At the very bottom, it's going to say manager. Click on that, and then there's going to be an option to bid for more inventory. Better. Luke, when is it appropriate to create Amazon account to sell? For me, that's always step one, Kale. I know some people say find a product, then create an account. I personally like to create an account first. I don't care if I'm going to spend 2 months on the Amazon seller account from the jump, but it makes the journey real for me. Oh, a separate. I don't think, oh, sorry, I read the question wrong. Separate account, it's not necessarily necessary for everybody to create a different account. For me, it was different businesses. Like one, if we're creating a supplement entity, I'm not going to go sell toys on my supplement entity. And then if I'm going to go into business with somebody else, because I do have partnerships in a few of the Amazon businesses, not all of them, then that's where a different account would come in. Do you go to the Canton Fair? No, it's not necessary for me, to be honest. I have really good relationships with my manufacturers, and none of that was necessary for me to go in person to like a Canton Fair. You hear rumors on the KES at FBA Boss Academy splitting ways and details what's happening. First off, I kind of spoke on it a little bit this morning. I'm going to just say one more thing and then I'm done talking about it because it's not my business. It's not a rumor. It's a fact. They parted ways. And in terms of what's happening, it was just they both had different directions that they wanted to go in the business. They're still cool. They still own Section 8 properties together. Again, if you guys have those questions are questions for them because I'm not in the mix like that with them. But yeah, I heard it was happening a few weeks before it was actually officially announced. Wholesale, answered that. How to increase? I answered that. Answered that. Hey, would you recommend to make private label under generic? Trademarking is expensive. I mean, you can. It's not necessary to get a trademark. Hey, Luke, how much is your course? I remember you from Customs Live, currently doing Amazon OA. Let's go, Flock. So, Flock, any questions? And I saw another question down below about this. Any questions about like the cost of the mentorship? Y'all hop on a call with my team. The reason that I say that and I don't answer the question, oh, it's this much, because we have multiple different packages. Some people don't want all of the services that we created. Some people only want the mentorship. Some people only want the PPC Masterclass. Some people want the full package. Some people want product selection. Others do not want product selection. We have different packages that will cater to you guys and gals. So that's where the big thing is. Custom buyer mentorship. No, him and I don't talk anymore. I resell on Amazon with FBA, but want to do private label. I'm from the UK. Could you help? Yes, that's what these lives are about. That's what my content is about. And for those who wanted a more in-depth guide, there is the AMZ Masterclass, and I have a decent amount of students from the UK. Should I hire someone from Fiverr to create my main image lifestyle? Yes. Unless you're an AMZ Masterclass student, then you guys use the service that I created for you. It's the same people who create my listings. You doing private label, OA, or RA? Private label. The other two business models are not worth my time. Is the AMZ call a video call or just a call? Gonna book soon. Nice, user 84. It's a Zoom call, brother, and you'll hop on a call with Adam. Adam, again, I've said this quite a few times, but I don't mind repeating it, obviously. But Adam is an AMZ Masterclass student. He is always he's also an Amazon seller himself, and he's our onboarding coach. So he goes and takes all of the calls for people who want to potentially be onboarded into the AMZ Masterclass. Why do you consider the other models not worth it? I didn't want to create a job for myself. I own a business, not a job. So respectfully, I'm not talking down on anyone who has a job. I'm not like that. But the other businesses, I'm not going to sit there scanning items in stores. If I'm going to the stores, I'm spending money. And so, yeah, I'm not sitting there packing items myself. I'm not putting labels on items myself. I don't need a warehouse. This is my office, guys. To operate businesses respectfully, I say this very respectfully, businesses that are bigger than 90% of these arbitrage creators who are on social media. Oh, I got a 5,000 square foot warehouse. I got a 2,000 square foot warehouse. I have my loft. It's my office. And I don't have to ship orders. I'm going on vacation on Friday. My Amazon business will operate the same as if I'm not there. Don't need employees, none of that stuff. Is the AMZ call a video? Oh, I answered that literally right now. I have my loft. Yep. Why do you consider the other business models not worth it? I think I literally just answered that too. I'm rereading questions today. My bad. When do you coordinate inspector and freight forwarding during production? Once my products are produced, and I'll make sure to let my manufacturer know that I'm going to get an inspection done so they don't fully package all of the items because they obviously have to be taken out, and that can create some extra work for my manufacturer. And then I coordinate the shipment when the inspection clears. If you get quoted a cheap price for a high demand product, is it essential to differentiate? Yes. Or should I try to resell ASAP and undercut? You'll never be able to win on price. Never, ever. Just to get started, even though, no, I don't really lower the price that much. Yo, do you know where I can get all my listings professionally 3D rendered and made? Fiverr. Fiverr is a good option for people. Actually, I'm going to say this one time. One time and one time only. One time and one time only. I may or may not have a video somewhere on my page where if you just so happen to stumble upon that video, you might just get access to the same people who create my listings. I'm going to leave it at that. Who is the main demographic for your program? Definitely USA. Second is Canada. Tied for third is probably going to be UK and Australia. And then fourth is like a mix of, all over the world. We are currently in every continent except for Antarctica, obviously. So I have students all around the world. Like, aside from Fiverr, I feel like they just overlay some words on your product and it looks very photoshopped. There are good designers on Fiverr, but I definitely get what you mean. The average designer on Fiverr is not necessarily the best. How important are lifestyle shots? Good and not good. Not good in the sense of if you just have a lifestyle photo of your product, I think that's a missed opportunity. I like to mix lifestyle photos with infographics. So yeah, have a lifestyle photo, but make it into an infographic. Double whammy. Get the best of both worlds right there. Bagheera, thank you so much for sharing the live. I appreciate you. Man, everything is gated. Big Will, I don't do arbitrage, brother, so nothing, actually not nothing, 90% of the things that I sell are not gated. How are you able to teach internationally? Isn't the process different due to country laws? No. No. Some countries have like different VATs and stuff like that, but you're able to sell, like there's 130 something countries where Amazon allows these countries to go sell on the US market. So the only lifestyle alone on the listing should be video. Yes, I do private label, Big Will. Dude, I've been scrolling for like 5 minutes. Where is the video? I swear I even saw it when you posted it. Gotta save them, Net. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm not even gonna repeat myself about it, but it's there. It is there. Otherwise, combine lifestyle shots and infographic, which is technically just an infographic. Yeah, exactly. Panagodius, good to see you, by the way, my friend. Infographics are everything. Private label seems daunting. Yeah, that's why again, Captain, you actually just made a really good point, bro. And I'm not disagreeing with you. You just kind of proved my point. Why arbitrage and wholesale are the easier business models to sell online, not to sell on Amazon, to sell online. Because private label seems like a lot. It makes people nervous because they got to put in a little extra work, but you got to put in just as much work on the other business models. In fact, I spend less time working than the people who do these other business models. And that is why they're more popular online. 2019, when I first started selling on Amazon, it was majority private label content. Now in this new, and I know this is hypocritical for me to say because I have a mentorship, but now in this new course era, arbitrage is the more popular one. You go look up Amazon FBA on TikTok and you will see a majority arbitrage videos. People with their warehouse and their pallet jacks and their scanning items in store. The only barrier to entry that's higher, so yes, it is, but it's just capital. But wholesale is going to be just as much capital. So arbitrage, get away with a few $100. Private label, to do it right, $3K. The deal. Thank you for sharing the live. I can't thank you enough. I've made so much progress in the past 5 days. I knew nothing. That's what's up, Panagodius. That is what's up. And my guy, you're taking action. So, you know, we got a lot. I know we got a few action takers in the live now, but a majority of the people who come up into the lives, they come in. I love everybody's question. Even if you never start, thanks. It helps my engagement. But a lot of people will come in, they'll ask a million questions. I see them in the lives for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and then they decide not to start. You are probably one of the newer people in the lives, and you've already started taking action. That's the way to do it, brother. Can we hear some of your raps? I made a, what do you call it? Like an offer, a goal that I knew that we would never achieve. I guess never say never, but if we ever get a live or a video to 1 million likes, because I've gotten some videos that have 1 million views, 1 million likes, I will unarchive some of my rap songs because it's I scrubbed the internet. It's impossible to find those. I will unarchive some of my rap songs and show you guys. But I don't see us getting to 1 million likes, especially on a live. I'm not the most popular creator. Maybe in a few years, I'll have to eat my words and have to show everybody. But yeah. Is it possible to do both private label and arbitrage on one account? Yes, but I wouldn't do it because a lot of people get like arbitrage accounts suspended and stuff for certain reasons. And then you could get your private label business suspended. I've launched private label for a few years, just running Amazon PPC. Seems like I really need social. Nice, bro. That's awesome. Social media is king. 1 million likes. Yes, 1 million likes. Yeah. I purposely made it a big goal. I'm not trying to show anybody my rap songs from back in the day, bro. I think there's been, obviously anybody who was on my social media back then would have seen them. I got a lot of plays on some of them, to be honest with you. Like, I think one of my songs had like 250,000 plays or something like that, which for somebody who only put out 4 songs, that was a lot to me. But yeah, I don't fancy showing them. I wasn't very good. I need to get a job to build capital first. Hey, man, you got to start somewhere, sea urchin. Nothing wrong with that, brother. Bri, I don't do arbitrage, so I don't need to get products ungated. Do I need lifestyle video when launching my first product if I optimize lifestyle infographics? You don't need one, but it can help. It's probably not going to be like the make or break of your product, but I love the mindset that one of my students had, and they were like, hey, listen, the top sellers in my market that I'm going in, they have videos, they have A+ content. So I'm going to launch with a video in A+ content. And I like that mindset. I'm using this message gun on my finger as an auto clicker. You're showing the ramps, bro. I don't think 1 million likes is a lot. Like, we would have to have like 100 people up in the live, all liking at the same time for like 30 minutes to get 1 million likes. I don't know about that. I appreciate it. Keep liking, but I do think it's a hard goal. That's why I've made that offer. What has worked well for smaller brands on social? Seems tough to get views. Content is king. You just make content. Your first, like, if you, this is technically a new TikTok account. I had an old account that got bananaed back in the day, so I was actually close to. At the time, I was close to 30K followers. This new account has 38K followers. Thank you, God. So I had to restart. Couldn't get that account back. So I wish you guys could see the first videos that I made on TikTok. They were atrocious. They were so bad. But yeah, you just keep making videos. Go look at other videos of people in your niche, and you'll learn from there. You'll put out a piece of content, see what works, see what doesn't work, see what performs better, kind of make more videos like that. Wholesale you would recommend? Not in a million years. No, sir. Not a wholesale guy. Your videos are very informative. Thank you, Tor. I appreciate you. At what point between confirming my first bulk order and launching my product do I get brand registry? That's a kind of that's a person-to-person basis. I get it before my product even touches down at Amazon nowadays, if I'm starting a new account. I've noticed private label sellers make a lot more money, but are much less popular compared to OA and the wholesale scene. Yes, sir, Captain. Again, you hit it right on the nose, my friend. It's because wholesale and arbitrage are the easier business models to sell to people online. They are not the easier business models to create a long-lasting business on Amazon. And that's actually why so many people get turned off too, by the way. I didn't hear people, and I know this was 6 years ago, but Amazon's been around for, 20 plus years? When it was mainly private label sellers on the scene, like in 2019, I didn't hear people talking about Amazon's a scam, Amazon's too saturated. Amazon is just as saturated as it was in 2019 as it is now. If anything, there's more products to go launch now. Oh, I thought you said message gun. You're using a massage. That's awesome, bro. Dang, 10K likes. Let's go, baby. Appreciate you. Maybe you do get us to 1 million likes, huh? That offer stands forever, by the way. It's not just on this live. If we ever get to 1 million likes on anything, I will be a man of my word. And even though I really don't want to, I will show you guys my old raps. Really don't want to, but. Deal. Thank you so much for the follow. If I have different products, do I need a few accounts? No. You could, if you have think of a brand like Kirkland. That's the first brand that always comes to mind. Then you can have a bunch of different products in a bunch of different categories. Do I send my sample product to Fiverr person to create my main image? No, you could take the pictures in-house and then send it over to somebody. I have videos on how to do that, Panagodius. Is it easy to make 75K one full year? I've already done 1K in sales in 1 month. Nice, that's amazing. I wouldn't call it easy, but I wouldn't call it hard either. I can't answer that question in this because there's so many different factors into your success on Amazon. So do you have good products? Did you differentiate those products? Do you have a good listing? Did you optimize your listing? Did you get a lot of reviews? Do you have a good PPC ad strategy? So yeah, I made more than 75K my first year selling on Amazon, but I can't say to everybody in here, oh yeah, you're going to make this much your first year, because it doesn't really work like that. Results will vary. We'll put a little disclaimer. Results will vary. But congratulations on 1K. Usually when people ask that, Drip, so I answered you differently than I would answer most people. At least you've started. That's what I'll say. Some people come in here and they're like, bro, how long till I make 7 figures a month or 6 figures a month? And then I'm like, have you even looked for a product to sell? They're like, no, but I need to know before I go start. This doesn't, good luck. Good luck in business. Airstick. Good to see you, my brother. Airstick, one of the AMZ Masterclass students and one of the homies. Can I use images for Alibaba on Amazon? Nope, I would not use that. Would not use that at all. Bad move. So I take photos at my house and then send them to a Fiverr person and they'll make the main image? Yes. Or you can send it to a photographer. Either one works. Hey, bud, what up, Ecom? Good to see you. Got it. Thank you. Of course. Can I use images? No, don't use Alibaba images. No, never. Hey, my guy Charles, let's go, son. Good to see you. It's been a minute. I was going to say, I hope you're doing well, but I already know you're crushing it, brother. Keep doing your thing. Absolutely crushing it. God bless you and your success. How much do I need to invest to make, oh gosh. These are the questions I don't like. How much do I need to invest to make 5,000 in profit monthly with OA? Number one, I don't do OA. Number two, brother, stop focusing on how much you need to do to invest and make 5K in profit. Make $1 in profit. I know that sounds harsh, but I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm a realist. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. My motto is all facts, no feelings. Business isn't about feelings. Business isn't about how much do you think? What do you think? What do you think I should do? Do you think I should do this? Start the business. Simple as that. Like when I've said this before, a lot of you have heard it, especially like people like Net and Airstick, and there's a few others, Panagodius. So I'm sorry that you guys have to hear it in Nawaz. I'm sorry that you guys have to hear me say this a million times. Not a single successful Amazon seller that I know, not me, not Ecom, not my cousins, nobody was sitting here thinking before they ever even started, how much do I need to invest to make this much? It doesn't work like that. You know what I thought? Oh, here's a business that I like. I respect it. I respect it, Yuwas. I respect it, and I get why people ask the question. I wasn't trying to come at you for the question or anything like that, but you gotta think that I do these lives every week, 6 days a week. So like, there's a lot of people who put conditions on themselves. Again, I do private label, so I do a different business model. I just realized this is upside down. I do a different business model than other people or than you, right? I have my own brands that I own, but there's too many people who put conditions on themselves. I'll only start Amazon if this. I'll only start Amazon if I make this much. I'll only start Amazon if I can invest $1 and make $1 million by next month. How long is it going to take me to make 6 figures a month? The only thing that you should focus on is launching a good product and sticking to the fundamentals. My very first test run order of 300 units, I didn't think about I had a goal, by the way. My goal was to get off my best friend's couch and to make a living off of this. I wasn't starting the business so that I can tell people that I owned a business. I wanted to make money. So it's okay that you want to make money in a business. Nothing wrong with that. Actually, not nothing wrong with that. That should be the goal. But I didn't sit and think I need to make this much money in order for me to start. It was like, okay, here's the business. I'm going to start. What's the things that I need to do in order to achieve success? Okay, sweet. We got that done. And after I placed my very first order, 300 units, I told my cousin, after I placed the order, I had put in the work. I said, I'll be happy if these sell out in 6 months. He was like, bro, you're in for a ride. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, God's plan, brother, you're going to see. He's like, you've put in the work. The muse is with you. God is with you. All right. That was my rant. Luke, I have products ready. I just need your phone consultation. Nice. Girl, like I said, I think I had mentioned this to you last time. You only get a one-on-one call with me once you've joined the program. The call that people get on to get onboarded into the program, that is not a consultation call. That is an onboarding call. Here's what's good with the mentorship. Tell the team, aka Adam, your unique situation. He'll help formulate a plan, not a business plan for you. Like here's what we can offer you. Here's what would be good for your situation. But it's not a consultation call. It's not a call with me until you're actually an AMZ Masterclass student. How much do I need to invest to make? Oh gosh, bro, I'm crying. Yeah. I don't like the question. And I'm not talking about the person who left that comment because he said he started, so good on him. 99% of those people are never going to start. Straight up. That's why it's like this weird paradox that we live in. These people need the answer that people who are a little scammy will answer. Oh, bro, you're going to make 100K your first month selling on Amazon. No way, really? And then they start, and then they don't make 100K, and they're like, Amazon's a scam. So we live in this weird, again, like paradox of it's backwards. The people want an answer that's not realistic, but then they get the unrealistic answer, and they put their trust in somebody who they shouldn't necessarily trust, and then the business doesn't work, and then they blame the business and the person, right? I guess the person rightfully so, but then they blame the business that they didn't achieve this certain number or revenue or money. So like I said, girl, it's not a consultation call until you're in the AMZ Masterclass. Whether you're in Australia, I have students in every continent except for Antarctica. So it doesn't matter where you're from. People are attracted to those sell dreams, not those who actually want to help. Yeah, man. I mean, look at the guy whose videos that I expose all the time. He gets more views on his videos than me because he tells people, oh, this product my software tells me this is a good product to sell on Amazon. Terrible product to sell on Amazon. So people want the handout. Oh, that's the product I'm going to go sell. And then they don't do well on Amazon. They want, it's like a pipe dream. Random question, necklace 22 or 24. Honestly, I do not know. I don't remember. My first 2 products were both total failures, guys. There's a loser that just try one more time. Nah, bro, not at all, actually. I know so many people who failed multiple products before they found a successful product to sell on Amazon. That doesn't mean that you are the word that you just said. I don't believe that at all. Again, my first product that I sold on Amazon was a success, but I had failed products after that. And then I still went on to be able to achieve success on Amazon. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Should I avoid broad match campaigns when first launching? No, broad match is great. Broad, phrase, auto, exact. Nervous because I already paid someone $5K and got nothing. The thing is, you didn't pay. That wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying, I can't think of a good analogy, to be honest. But yeah, simple. It just flat out simple. That wasn't me. Go ask any single person who's ever paid for my mentorship if they got nothing. In fact, go watch my last video that I posted on TikTok. One of my mentorship students left a comment on somebody else's video. I'm not saying that that success is guaranteed for everybody, but they're crushing it on Amazon. You won't find a single person who's gone through my program who said that they've got nothing. So see what converts in broad and then bid higher or move into phrase or exact. Move it into exact, your search terms that convert, and then keep in mind that you're going to spend more on the cost per click for exact match than you are on broad match. Was good, King Hubert? Was good, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Having a blessed day, blessed week. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Was good, Layla? Blessed day, blessed night. For anybody who's new here, Layla only comes into the live to say blessed day, blessed night, and then leaves. I said it once when she joined the live, and now it's her favorite. Appreciate you, Layla. That's funny, just that I said blessed day, blessed week right there. Luke, look at your likes. Hey, let's go, 23K likes, baby. I love it. How long you been an entrepreneur now? A little over 6 years. Started in 2019. Oh my goodness, six and a half years actually. God's plan. God is good. Do you guys want to do some live product research since you guys absolutely smashed the likes? You guys let me know. If not, we can keep just answer questions. I actually don't mind just answering questions, but you guys smash the like. So whatever you guys want to do, other than showing you my rap songs, let me know. Oh, I'm out of water. Great. Great. Can you show black box filter criteria again? Yes, I'm down. I am down. What software do you use for product research? Helium 10, Captain. Helium 10. As much as I'm no longer a fan of Helium 10, not because of their software, because of just some business practices that they did. They're still one of the best. So what are you going to do? I got a question. When do you decide to full send it on a product when there is a lot of options? When the market numbers look good, when you have a strong differentiator, full send. We don't even have time for people like this today. I'm in too good of a mood. I found my product in only 3 days of learning this business. It fits all the X-ray criteria I found. Nice, 30K likes. The likes are lagging for me. It shows 24K, but thank you guys. I already know that TikTok be lagging on the likes, so thank you guys so much for the likes. Let's go. Might just beat my beat the record. I think my record is what is it? I think the Airstick, weren't you in the live where we got the record? Wasn't it like 50K? Yeah, it says 24.9. Now it says 25K for me. But I do know that sometimes when people are liking it, like sending in a lot of likes like net, it does get delayed. Okay, that makes sense. A genuine difference from the original. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes. So you don't use Keepa for private label, right? No. No. That's an arbitrage and wholesale software. It's not really for private label. I need some water. I do not like this new. Somebody tell Helium 10 to change their dashboard back. I don't like this new one, to be honest with you. I'm still saving money to start up a product on my end. Nice, bro. That's awesome. I'm 99% sure I'm getting my TikTok bank. No, don't do that. Don't do that. We always love to see you net. Okay, I'm starting with 4K. Is 100 units enough for my first bulk order? I need to get brand registry too. Yes. You're probably going to get flagged as a bot. Oh, yeah. We don't want to lose you, net. We love seeing you in the lives, my friend. All right, so we won't, just because I don't want to do it if we're not going to get like a lot of engagement on it. So we didn't get anyone who said product research, but I'm going to just show you guys the filters that I set for Helium 10's black box tool. Okay, so filters for Helium 10, you're obviously going to select your subcategory here. And then we're going to set, I'm down to do keyword research. Yeah, it's been a while since we've done that. Minimum price 30. My house is a sauna right now, so I'm going to go turn down the AC. So hold on. Parent level revenue, 10,000, but you can play around with this one. You could do 15,000, 12,000, 8,000 to get different results. And then max review count, not rating, review count, 200, or you could do 150, 250. Play around with it to get some different results. I'm going to leave everybody here, not just, I was going to bring TikTok with me. But you guys wait 30 seconds. I'm going to go turn the AC down and get some water. Hold up. Goodness gracious. It is a sauna up in here, huh? Okay, I'm back. Guess who's back? Back again. Luke is back. Tell a friend. Alex, thank you for sharing the live. Lazy, thank you for sharing the live. It was a sauna in here. It was 70 degrees. Goodness gracious. Who keeps the AC at 70 degrees? Okay. And down to do some keyword research. Alex, another one of the AMZ Masterclass students. All right. Let's do it. We're going overtime on today's live, way overtime. I think this will be, before you started a business, what were you doing? I was making like $13 an hour working for my cousin's Amazon business. And then they were the ones who taught me how to sell on Amazon. How often do you work nowadays strictly on your products? Like 4 to 6 hours a week. Like today, I've been working all day, but I haven't even opened one of my Amazon seller accounts. So didn't do any work for Amazon today. I was working on some different projects. The AI software. I'm just reading my power list. The AI software. Doing some stuff with our freight forwarder, doing something with a sales funnel. Oh, well, even though I didn't, I lied. I misspoke. I didn't open up an Amazon seller account, but I did do something for the shipment, like contacting the freight forwarder for one of my new products that I'm launching. I'm also, after I get off live, going to review a listing that I got from the team for a new product. So I guess, never mind. I guess I did do some work on Amazon. I thought 500 reviews max was for a good product criteria. Yes, 500, 600, 700. That is correct. The black box criteria is different than the product criteria, Panagodius. Ooh, that's good. Okay, let's pick a product. Somebody pick a product, saturated product. I don't want to do water bottle again. So somebody pick a product. We got to be quick though, because we're in overtime. Go watch some of my product. Actually, Panagodius, today I posted like a 9-minute video. I like lifting straps. I posted like a 9-minute video on how to sell on Amazon. Y'all make sure to go show that some love. And that's why I kind of figured, I don't want to do product keyword research for somebody. Let me show you guys how to do keyword research. But yeah, I talk about my product criteria in that video, Panagodius. So make sure you go check it out. All right, I like wrist straps. Let's do wrist straps. All right, let's share the screen with YT. We are in double overtime for today's live. But no, don't do it for me. Choose anything you want. I just want to learn. I know, Net. You're a real one. Massage gun. That would be another good. Actually, that would be a good one too. But I like wrist straps. Let's turn the phone on Do Not Disturb so I don't get notifications. All right. Here we go. Not even 1/10 of the way there. Make sure it meets the product criteria. I'm pretty sure that one is electronic, Net, and has high average reviews. Dude, next time you go live, trust me, I'm gonna find a way to get 1 million likes. Hey man, I'm here for it. You guys will get to hear my raps. All right, so we're gonna go to the magnet tool from Helium 10. We're going to search up the product that we want to do keyword research for. Here, it's going to give us a list of a bunch of different keywords, and we are going to organize it by search volume, most to least, by having the arrow facing down. And we are going to start scrolling through and finding some. So obviously, one of our keywords is wrist wraps, and I would be making a list with this. I guess I could do that. Hold on, I don't want you guys to see all my documents. Okay, so I'm gonna do this with one hand. A little hard. Wrist wraps. This is our first keyword that we know we would need to bid on. Yeah, it's electronic, but I'm selling my own brand of oils with it and really nice design. I'm also gonna sell custom blended blends with diffusers. I think it's a nice differentiator, but what's the average reviews in that market? All right, so now we're going to start scrolling through here and looking for keywords that are relevant to our product. Exercise bands, too broad. Waist trainer, that's not our product. Ratchet straps, not that. Wrist weights, lifting straps. So I think lifting straps could be good. Let's just double check here. Yep, so lifting straps, that's another one. Oh my goodness, get away from me. Oh, whoops. Okay, sweet. So we have lifting straps. Hold on, let me delete this tab or else I'm going to accidentally open up my notes. Actually, let's delete a few tabs here. There we go. Well, you're right. There's a lot of already established sellers. Yeah, man. I mean, I would look at those low reviewed sellers. Is low review counts and less search volume a good product? No, low search volume may not be good. Depends what you would consider low. Carpal tunnel wrist brace, that's not relevant. Wrist straps for weightlifting, that's a good one. So we can add that to our list. We'll add this here because this is more of a long tail keyword, but we'll still add it. Squat machine, no. Fake braces, no. Pull-up grips, no. Wrist brace, carpal tunnel, still no. Wrist wraps, we already got that one. Wrist set, no. Resistant bands for women, no. Broad, that could be literally any straps on Amazon. I'm so confused. Didn't we already do wrist straps for weightlifting? Oh no, so wrist wraps and wrist straps. So we'll add this one too. So wrist straps for weightlifting, and then we'll go to page 2. Wristbands, no. Weightlifting gloves, no. Did you just look up wrist straps in the search bar for a magnet? I missed it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So up here, wrist straps in the search bar. I'll show you guys another keyword research method next time. Wrist support, no. Wrist straps. So here's another one. Because we got wrist wraps, we got lifting straps, we got wrist straps. Gym straps, this could be relevant. Let's double check. Yep, I would say that's relevant. So we got gym straps. Oh wait, where'd that go? Gym straps. And do the filters matter for magnets? Sorry, stepped away for a second. No, you just search it and then organize it by most search volume to least. So now we got gym straps. So honestly, I think with these 4 right here, we would be good to start building out our campaigns. These 2, I'd probably throw in exact match, not necessarily like phrase or broad. And then these, because they're in the mid-tail. Mid-tail would be wrist wraps for weightlifting. That would be long tail. And then the short tail would be straps. I would never start in the short tail. That's way too broad. All right. And then we would start building out our campaigns. And then you would also want to make sure that you had these keywords in your listing. It's pretty straightforward. Next time, I'll show you guys another method. So long tail going exact. Is it too risky to put short tail? I would never bid on short tail. Like I said, what's the short tail? We would have wraps. How many different, like let's look up wraps on Amazon and see the products that pop up. Share this tab instead so YT can see it. I mean, these are not weightlifting products. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing something like that. Same thing, another broad tail. Never bid on short tail in general. In most cases, no. There's sometimes where yes, but most cases, no. So straps, you see some relevant, but then you're also going to see like ratchet straps right here. You're going to see like straps for the car. You're going to see things like this, a webbing strap. So you want relevant keywords. So always the mid-tail. The mid-tail is the sweet spot when you guys are doing keyword research. Now, because we've been giving an hour of straight value on the live, shameless plug time, huh? If you guys like the lives, like the information, want me to be your mentor, check out the AMZ Masterclass in the TikTok bio. I'm gonna go back here. And you guys would, if you guys were interested, you would click yes, I want to apply. You would just fill out this quick questionnaire here. It takes about 60 seconds, if that. Fill it out properly, not like I'm doing. I have to hide this part. Well, actually, no, this part I don't have to hide. This part I have to hide so I don't dox my phone number and email to all of you. And then if you guys, wait, hold on, let me go back and share the screen with YT again just so they can see it. And then if you guys qualify for the main mentorship, you will be prompted to book a call with my guy, Adam, right here. And if you guys do not see this page, you did not qualify for the main mentorship, but you'll be taken to a different page where you'll actually have a different option than booking a call. So either way, we got something for you. And on that note, everybody, like I said, we went into double overtime this live. I hope everyone has a blessed day, a blessed night. I'll answer this just because if there wasn't people who put put out a lot of free game for me to learn, I wouldn't be in this position. I enjoy teaching. I enjoy seeing y'all win from the information that I give. So, you know, it's the best of both worlds. You can get the free information, a lot of value there. And then again, if you wanted direct access to me, because I do value my time, and wanted mentorship, all the services that I built out for the program, that's why I created the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship. Every day I get messages on how to sell on Amazon. Can't teach all those people individually, so created the mentorship. On that note, God bless you all. Have a blessed day, blessed night, and I will see y'all soon.